Imagine this. You finally come home after a long day of work on a Friday evening, tired, but excited to hop on the game. You grab your snack and drink, thinking about what you're gonna play. I mean, all games are pretty much on live servers now, so the only options are really the Holy Trinity. League of Legends, Apex Legends, and Valorant. There are no other games in existence.
None.
Anyway, you're feeling a little competitive, but overall just want to have some hard-earned fun. You boot everything up and start the queue thinking nothing but good things. Right as you enter the game though, you remember why you stopped playing these games in the first place. You have reached your final destination, Hell.
Dude. Wait, Reyna might be there. I was too slow to grab my gun. Come. Oh.
Maybe this was just an off day, so you try a different game.
Sorry, y'all. Oh my god. Oh my god! There's so many teams! Oh my god.
You?
Oh! Honestly, I think more than half the time it's my own personal skill issue. After that horrendous time, logging off was probably the best decision of the night. You just leave the session upset, or not satisfied with the time you put into the games. At the same time, you just know deep down inside that you're gonna go through the same loop the next day. I think I've had enough. Don't get me wrong, I love shooters and the competitive gaming scene. There was a time when I was a top 300 player in North America playing teamfight tactics. I would often see myself playing against Skara, Kiyun, and other known streamers. This is the only proof that I have from years ago.
Tell me why I'm in the same lobby as a challenger player. Tell me. Tell me. And Soulless? Oh no. Man.
I'm very washed now, but regardless, I do like a challenge. I think in the last few years I've been missing the feeling of true gaming. My online gaming experience has just been playing games where I die all the time, having to worry about ping issues, Wi-Fi issues, feeling tilted half the time, dealing with overly sweaty players, DLCs that cost extra money, playing expensive unfinished games, rising game prices, and basically just feeling numb to all those issues. There are great PC and other console games in every category, like indie, horror, action, but I think I was just missing something. I was missing the gaming that brought out all types of emotion. The gaming that tells a fulfilling story. The gaming that sticks with you even after time has passed. I think the last game I played that hit all the check marks was Resident Evil 4, the remake.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Nowadays, it feels like every gaming company just wants your money. I mean, I do understand that people need money to survive, but this is kind of leaning toward the greedy side. Everywhere I turn, I'm greeted with the Battle Pass, cosmetic skins, game remakes, Steam sales, and they all get to me at one point or another. I don't even want to think about how much I've spent on online service games. Not getting a Battle Pass makes you feel like you're missing out on something that specific community is getting. It could potentially give you swag, clout, or aura for those who want to show off their up-to-date goodies. At the same time, most of the battle passes I bought in the past, I never finished completely. That was basically wasted money. On top of that, I'm pretty sure you would have to play close to 8 hours a day to complete these battle passes in full. You would either finish them completely, not finish them, or pay more money to get the stuff you couldn't unlock. When it comes to game remakes, I do believe that some of them are necessary, but not all. Why can't we take more risks and create original, absurd games again? The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I was just spending money on things that I don't really own. I don't actually own the skins I bought online, and I don't actually own the games I buy on Steam. At least, I don't physically own them. That was a scary thought. If one day these big companies decided that they wanted to shut their servers down, all the money that I spent would go down the drain. Gaming has been a big part of my life since I was a kid, starting out with my Nintendo Game Boy playing Pokemon Leaf Green. But nowadays, I look at my Steam library motionless and end up buying more games on sale that I'll either never play once, or play years later for the first time. Mostly never play though. Sometimes there are moments where I'm ready for a gaming session but am overwhelmed with all the options I have in my digital library. Once I figure out what I want to play, I'm out of time for the day. I felt the need to come up with my own solution to this problem. But the solution has been staring at me for quite some time. After I had moved out of my parents' place years ago, I had to go grab some of my old boxes of stuff. And lo and behold, there were some of my old PS2 games I played as a kid. The memories started flooding back in, and that's when I knew an old gaming journey had to be explored again. I had bought a PS2 for a low price and got this huge flat screen CRT TV for $20. CRT standing for Cathode Ray Tube. Playing retro games on a CRT TV definitely elevates the gaming experience rather than playing on a modern TV. The biggest reason is because of the CRT technology. Explaining this as quickly and simply as possible, CRTs have this really cool laser shooting technology on the back end of the TV that displays an image line by line. It's too fast for the eyes to see, but it's very different from modern LED technology that we use today. Even though this CRT TV weighs about 80 pounds, it was worth every penny. It's sad that they don't make pennies anymore. Does that saying even work? Can I even say that? Does that work? Plugging everything in for the first time after around 15 years was a strange but exciting feeling. Just hearing the PS2 startup sound puts a smile on my face every time. It's like a hit of nostalgia. You could never get enough. After all this time, the first game I started playing was Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. Back when I was a kid, I remember playing this game with my brother, and we would play this game non-stop for hours at a time. It took a while for me to realize that I needed to unlock the characters by playing the story mode. And to this day, I'm 99% sure that there's no difference between the regular and evil version of each character. Please tell me if I'm wrong. The game was just as destructive as I remembered, and I soon realized I was so much better skill-wise when I was younger. My curiosity took over, and I wanted to experience the other games all over again. Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec, Jak 2, Lego Star Wars, Peter Jackson's King Kong, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 2, The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, and a few more I plan on playing all the way through. The whole PS2 experience is just satisfying. The analog controller feeling, the CRT, the wired connections, taking a game out of the case. I mean, I'm touching a physical copy of a game. And the best part is that I own it. I can see my own physical game library. Now that I'm older and I have some funds to spare on some games, there are still some games that I want to find that I lost or want to experience for the first time. like Ben 10, Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank, Destroy All Humans, and so much more. Having physical copies of games just feels more secure to me. When I say this, I'm talking about the games that already have the whole game in full on the disc or on the cartridge. Nowadays, we're just seeing digital copies of games being sold worldwide. These games have you download a massive game with your limited storage, and some of the time make you update things before you can even play them. On top of that, you have games being sold that are unfinished or don't come with all the content right at launch, on purpose. Some of these games have no ending and create an infinite loop, generating more money each season. And on top of that, the new normal pricing for new modern games has jumped to $80. Some may say that this is fair, and that they're surprised that this price hike hasn't happened sooner since games have been around $60 for the longest time. Technically, with the rise and cost of inflation, games have never been cheaper. Here's a graph showing average game prices with today's inflation and conversion added in. Others will say that they won't be able to afford as many games along with the huge cost of most modern consoles. Even though this new $80 price tag may not seem like a big deal to some, others feel the pressure due to their dollar not being as strong as in the past. For $80, I can get this, and this. Even though I feel better about buying physical games, I'm gonna get a little off topic here, but games have gotten pretty expensive. The most sought after games that I want to experience for the first time are games like the whole Silent Hill series, Rule of Rose, the Dot Hack series, The Simpsons, Hit and Run, Futurama, Cold Fear, and others I hope to play in the future. Some feel less obtainable than others, and at the same time, I'm not trying to spend hundreds on a copy of Futurama. It just feels like all retro activities aren't as obtainable as they used to be. Like Pokemon card collecting, retro video games, and film/digital photography. I just feel bad for everyone that has an interest in these activities and can't get into them because they're getting priced out. For example,
These are current average prices and are subject to change depending on when this video is released and viewed. You may be able to find better or worse prices online. Please don't flame me.
in my personal game collection, even though these aren't PS2 games, I have Pokemon Leaf Green, Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy The Four Heroes of Light, Final Fantasy IV, Kingdom Hearts 358 out of 2 days, Pokemon Black, I don't know where the case is, and the Holy Grail Pokemon Heart Gold. I've had some of these games for 15 to 20 plus years and have played them multiple times because that's what I enjoyed growing up. Most of the time I would get made fun of for playing them, but now it's more widely acceptable. People have figured out that video games, card games, and anime are actually cooler than they originally thought. Does this make me want to play my more expensive games because they're expensive right now? Yes. Yes, it does. Obviously, I have some games that aren't as expensive, but they were and still are enjoyable to me. You know, the whole price increase on all hobbies is gonna be a topic for a different day. In reality, though, it could be connected to overconsumption, the economy, greed, creating new jobs, wanting to be seen, creating a side hustle, going out to dinner, wrestling a bear. Does an apple a day actually? We almost went into another video there. The point is, with the physical game library, I can play games with no distraction. There's no one trying to get me to buy something. No ads. No DLC content. And no bugs. I can have a true gaming experience feel satisfied, and be relaxed when I'm done. I would say the PS2 had given me the most happy gaming memories growing up, and I feel the need to create more memories for my current and future self. With the overwhelming amount of PS2 games in its library, there should be something worth playing. Most of the games that I currently own and played as a kid, I never finished. Usually, if there was a hard section in a game, I would play the game up till the hard section, try to beat that part, end up playing another game, start the original game all over, and repeat the cycle. I was a very strange kid. Do you know how many times I've replayed Jak 2 and never finished it? Probably around 50 times. Do I remember what parts were too difficult for me right at this moment? No. But I do plan on finishing the game in full, so at that time, I'll know. As someone who's pretty busy every day, I only have limited time to game. With all that being said, I'd rather play games that don't require me to download anything extra and gives me the whole game in full on something I can physically touch. Of course, physical media has its downsides like scratched discs, disc rot, losing a physical game, tech parts dying. My physical gaming journey has been reignited and I haven't been this excited to play games in a long time. At the end of the day, play what feels good to you as long as it makes you happy. We're all here for a good time, not a long time. What's your favorite game of all time? If you have any PS2 recommendations for me, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to check it out. Thanks for spending your time with me today. As always, get some good rest and get outside when you can. Peace.